Hello there, my name's Eric, and I'm your typical gamer. I'm powerful, adventurous, and glamorous. Having this amount of talent required late nights and sacrifices, but at the end of the day, I can put my controller down and know that it was all worth it when everybody calls me a... So for the past 30 years of my life, most of that time I've called myself a gamer. In fact, if I was to go a little bit adventurous on that title, I would go as far as saying I'm a hardcore gamer. I own most consoles, I have shelves filled with games, and enough plushies to make a man who worries about their masculinity probably click off the video. Please don't click off the video. Truth be told, I have a lot of stuff. Not other stuff though. Actually, outside of gaming, I consider myself a little bit of a minimalist, but inside the world of gaming, I have a lot of shelves just filled with random gaming memorabilia, games, stuff. All this stuff though doesn't make me a gamer, doesn't make you a gamer, doesn't really make anyone a gamer. So what does make someone a gamer then? Well, I decided I wanted to take a look at that today, about what it takes to be a gamer. I'm sure a lot of us have never really questioned what it takes to be a gamer. In fact, I'd say that most of you already watching this video consider yourself to be one. The term itself has not always referred to the same group. In the past, it was referred to as someone who was actually gambling. Someone who was rolling the dice was a gamer. It was also picked up by Dungeons and Dragons players for a little time. And only in recent times, since the explosion of the video games, has it been used in the way that we do today. Even though that explosion of video games happened years ago, the gamer was still a term locked to a niche group of people. Basement dogs, dungeon dweebs, call them whatever you want. The public perception of these folks was pretty much that. You know the type. 4 eyes, pimples, lack of social skills. I've called myself... I can't speak for everyone, but that was pretty much me growing up. We didn't have a basement, but I was at home in my natural environment when I sat in front of a TV. When it was time to go outside and play, I'd put my bike on a trampoline and say, am I doing this right? In the past, I'd often struggled to let the world know that I was a gamer. Even though internally I thought of it as a bit of a badge of honour, externally and in the real world, it was a hobby that had been shunned by not only the media, but my parents and the cool kids at my school. It took a long time for me to really grab my inner gamer and not be afraid to show the world about it. I mean, I was a very shy kid. It was very uncomfortable for me to talk about it with anyone who wasn't a gamer as well. But eventually, I guess as throughout the course of time, I just gained a personal boost in self-confidence that allowed me to say, it's okay to show this to the world. And truth be told here, no one should be afraid to show that they're a gamer. Back in 2015, there was a study done to show that 49% of the population actually plays video games. But just because you play a game doesn't mean we can start calling you a gamer just yet. There's a bit of a test that you're going to have to pass. There are no rules here, there's no test. If you're someone who plays video games consistently and wants to be called a gamer, welcome aboard. The term gamer is used like a stretchy belt. It is a one-size-fits-all, but there are actual several notches along that belt that we can slot people into, whether it be something that's a compliment, like a hardcore gamer, someone who's dedicated to gaming, or a casual gamer, someone who is more on the lighter end. But not all notches that we slot gamers into are great ones. One such example is the gamer girl. Now, I actually grew up with a sister who was just a gun at Super Mario Brothers. And since then, I now have a partner who is a bigger Nintendo fan than I am, which you could almost hear that it hurt to say. Now, calling these two gamer girls doesn't sound that bad, and certainly in the way that I would intend it, and I'm sure most of you would as well, it's certainly not intended to be in any kind of disrespectful way. Now, for the longest time, gamer girls were considered to be basically casual gamers. They weren't taken seriously. I'd love to say that the stigma is pretty much gone, but there was actually a semi-recent incident that Nat and I covered on the podcast where a young girl was actually harassed out of an esports tournament because she beat a competitive male player. Here's the point. We don't need to put up barriers anymore. We don't need to create hurdles for people to jump over to want to become a gamer. We should want to be inclusive with our hobby. Of course, being a gamer will always mean that you're enjoying gaming so much that you want to associate part of yourself with it. Whether that be through 40 hours a week of World of Warcraft, or a massive collection of games, books and memorabilia, or even just you love checking the latest games out that hit the Apple Arcade. As gamers, we're friends, and in the great words of Lord of the Rings, speak friend and enter. If you enjoy podcasts, make sure to check out the podcast. I'll leave a link down below. This week and every week, Nat and I take a in-depth look at the discussions that we're having here in a more long-form context where we can have a really good discussion about it with some of your opinions included. So, link down below. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.